What's up guys and welcome back to the channel again. Today we're here with Royce today. Now we know Royce dropped a new album like a week ago or so, and I haven't been able to get to it yet because I've just been ill. I wasn't able to talk. I wasn't able to talk without coughing for even 1 minute. So I've just been waiting to get onto this album, man, because it's Royce. Royce is my number two. Royce, yeah, to me is Roy. He is the number one underrated rapper in the entire world. Yeah, and you know he's not particularly big in the mainstream the way we know these rappers that we know. Do you know what I mean? But Royce, honestly, one of the best, sometimes even the best rapper in the world. Yeah, and you can't take that from him. You can't take that from him. He's the only person that pushes Eminem to be better than what we know him to be. You know? So, this is about Royce. Royce got a new album out, and we're starting with the intro, which is Mr. Grace. We already know there's bars in this, because it's Royce. It's Royce. So, we already know there's bars in this. So, without further ado, we're going to dive right in. Leave a like, subscribe, and let's hear what Royce has to say, man.
What is America built off of?
Violence and entrepreneurship.
So if you had to tell another 6-year-old like yourself what to look out for, what would you tell them?
They will kill you for the right price.
Are you a buyer or a seller?
Straight away, bro, that's America. That's America. That's how we see America over here. You know, we're here in the UK, bro. That's how we see America. Guns and entrepreneurship, bro. Someone will kill you for the right price. You can't get any simpler than that. You really can't get any simpler than that. Yo. Oh my gosh. Royce is going to talk about some issues in this album, I know.
Entrepreneurship.
So if you had to tell another 6-year-old like yourself what to look out for, what would you tell them?
They will kill you for the right price.
Are you a buyer or a seller?
A seller.
If I gave you $1 million right now, would you buy a candy or a candy store?
A candy store.
What is the goal to be?
Independent.
If you lost everything tonight, what you got tomorrow?
Intellectual property.
And what is intellectual property?
They can take your possessions, but they can't take your mind.
How do you say group economics?
Yo, there's some serious lessons going on here, you know. There's some serious lessons going on here. And it's more. I think it's pushing on the. It's pushing on the notion of being woke, as they say. It's pushing on the notion of being aware of what's going on in our surroundings, and you know what's going on in our surroundings, and let's not get lost in the system. Do you know what I mean? You know. If there's anything if there's anything I'm missing out because I'm not from America, please let me know, because there's been a lot of that just because like I'm not from America. Some stuff just flies over my head. Anyway.
Intellectual property.
And what is intellectual property?
They can take your possessions, but they can't take your mind.
How do you say group economics in Spanish?
Economía de grupo.
How do you say barter system?
Sistema de cambio.
If I gave you something for $500 and you flipped it to the next man for $2,000, what is that called?
Upselling.
Alright, now me as your leader, as your father, the person that's supposed to have your best interest. If I celebrate holidays and Christmas your entire life and you gotta go beg somebody for a job at 18, what did I do?
You failed me financially.
And I want you to tell me, how fast can somebody be a victim of gun violence in America?
This fast.
That first minute, there's some serious teaching in there that if you're not if you don't have that in mind, please get that in mind. If you've got kids on the come up, you know, teach them the right way. You know, let them know about what is going on. You know, one of the most important things that was said there is, if I'm your parent, yeah, and year after year we're celebrating Christmas and your birthday and all this kind of stuff, and at the age of 18 you now have to go and beg somebody for a job, what does that make me? A lot of parents don't actually take their kids through, like, through the extra part. Do you know what I mean? A lot of parents don't actually transcend that knowledge of having to strive for something that you shouldn't really be striving for, because you should be taught to do better. Do you know what I mean? The generational teaching should be to be better than the previous generation. So what does that mean? You know, as you grow and you're bringing up people, teach them to be better than you. Tell them about your experiences, so they don't have to go through the same thing that you went through. They can go through something even better, something different, something that's going to transcend them from where they are to where they should be, or to a better spot than you are. Do you know what I mean? You know, elevate all the time. Now let's get into it.
Was told to hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. In a place that hears no evil, sees no evil. Where the oppressor sees no color, the investor sees no others. The erection seems so seasonal plus illegal.
Yo, very important lines. We're taught in this world to, speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil. Yeah, but really and truly, how is that helping you? Is that actually helping you? You know? And he said something.
Place that hears no evil, sees no evil. Where the oppressor sees no color, the investor sees no others.
Where the oppressor sees no other, investors see no colors. Yeah. Now, when he's talking about oppression, there, it's not the slavery kind of oppression. It's the oppression of the system. Now, when I say that, it's, how do I explain this? It's like, you know, the hierarchy of the work system, where you've got the employee, and then his boss, which is the supervisor, and then you've got his boss, which is the manager, and his boss, which is the store manager or whatever. Like, that hierarchy there has turned into oppression. You know, in other sense, it's the rich against the poor. You know, middle class, whether that's true or not. You know, how there's some oppression in that, because the rich people look down on other people. You know, in this world, there are those kind of things which are not actually helping people. You know, but what are you going to do about it? You know, what are you actually going to do about it?
This sees no color, the investor sees no others. The erection seems so seasonal plus illegal. Man, that's just the mo, that's just the evil. We just adjusted that, that's just machismo. I was destined to be mo. Then an apple laying next to a tree, bro. Clandestine, colorful G stuck in the G code thrust.
Yo, I can't even keep up with this guy. Look, you're meant to be more than just an apple falling from the tree. Like what I was like what I was saying before, teach people to be better than what you are. If you're an apple just falling next to the tree, you're not growing, because the one that just falls next to the tree doesn't grow like the one it fell from. The one that grows is the one that drops and is moved away. Do you get it? Why? Because that space is already it's already been taken. You know? When they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, it means you have fallen under the curse of your parents. I'm not saying that your parents are cursed, but you have fallen not far from where your teacher has taught you. You know, you haven't transcended, you haven't moved, you haven't gone to gain your own ground. You're still living on that same ground. You know, and it's really important that we move from there.
An apple laying next to a tree, bro. Clandestine, colorful G stuck in the G code, thrust in the street mode. Searching for soul with a stolen identity. Surface low economically. in need of capital, in search of a loan, and it's a few banking institutions who got the remedy. But this is America, where credit is for the privileged and profit is not my.
Yo, this is too much. This is too deep. It's too deep and it's too raw and, bruv, this is America. Yeah, and it's not just America, actually. It's over here too in the UK. Everywhere you are, comment below. Let me know where you are and if this actually relates to you. Yeah? So, the system is run by the credit. Yeah? And the credit belongs to the privileged. Because they know. The system knows. And if you've been through it, you know as well. You know, I've been through it. It's not easy to know about the credit system if you haven't been taught about the credit system. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't know about borrowing. You don't know about this. You're not taught this in school. You're not taught. And I feel like this is what this album cover is translating. Yeah, we're not taught about those kind of things. We're taught about the history and what school says we should learn. But when we come out into the real world, we have to learn again. We have to learn a whole new thing. And a lot of people don't know how to deal with that. A lot of people don't know. Only the privileged know because, you know, they're coming from old money. Old money is a term used like to it's used to describe people who have inherited generations of money. Yeah, like Donald Trump is one of them. Where it's like your parents were rich and their parents were rich and their parents were rich and their parents were rich, and this was started by this generation who started this business or this thing that they were doing, and basically the generations after have inherited that money. That's old money, right? And you can't just jump into old money. You can't. You have to inherit it, right? The privileged, they know about it and they can just do that, right? But the people who are not so privileged, you have to go through the system and get kicked down and go through life. Do you know what I mean?
Remedy, but this is America, where credit is for the privileged and profit is not my amenity. I'm just here to get popped by the cops, get popular so I can get discredited in a documentary by the enemy, while in a homicidal, fratricidal.
I'm just here to get popped by the cops and get popped into a documentary so people can see me like this. Because what did he say? He said, "Get popped in a documentary and get discredited." Oh gosh, get discredited. Sorry. And a few lines before, he was talking about how credit belongs to the privileged, but those that are not privileged get discredited. So they don't get to benefit from the credit like the other people do. This is crazy.
I can get discredited in a documentary by the enemy, while in a homicidal, fratricidal cycle of wild, constant, hostile energy, looking down the barrel of a rifle while trying to find some inner peace. As God is my witness through teary-eyed tyranny, knowledge itself.
As God is my witness through teary-eyed tyranny. Yeah? As you're being looked down on by the tyrants in the world who have come from that side of life. Yeah? Now, when he's talking about tyrants, he's not talking about the Saddam Hussein kind of tyrants and them lot. No, he's talking about the fellow man. The man that might live next door to you. the person that might live across the road from you, the person that might sit next to you on the bus, the person who has more money than you, or might be in in a different circle than you, might be more privileged than you, that looks down on you. Those are the tyrants.
As God is my witness through teary-eyed tyranny. Knowledge itself is the caveat, and the dollar itself is the demigod. Listen, nigga, this is the Iliad. Flip the dollars for wealth until our figures resemble the myriad.
I can't take this. I can't take this anymore, bro. This is like, I feel like this is like a poem, yeah, that I can just play for my kid day in, day out for an education into the way the system is today. Like, it hits too hard and it's too true, and it hurts because it's like, it's not been easy. It's not been easy to live. And I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. It's not easy to live like that. In today's world, it's hard, man. The dollar becomes the god. Like, you learn, like, they teach you to worship money. They teach you to follow money. They teach you that money is the only thing that can help you survive. So you follow it. You become so reliant on it that you can't do anything without it. And that's a sad story.
Flip the dollars for wealth until our figures resemble the myriad. We are the inventors, we are the lenders, we are the matriarchs. Only thing we didn't make was slavery laws. And on this specific day is the end of the prison sentence. This is the period.
It's about to end now. Right, he's spoken about that side of things, yeah, and he just ended it, locked it up. Now let's see what he's gonna start talking about.
A rich man wrote this with a poor man's focus. A sick man quotes this, but the dope man sold this. Looking for a soulmate and a bitch playing goldfish. Proving you got heart doing dirt for the tin man in a quicksand culture.
Royce, you need to allow us. Right. This is too deep. This is too deep. What did he say? A rich man wrote this with a poor man's focus. Yeah, a rich man wrote this with a poor man's focus. A poor man's focus is on trying to get that money, but he just doesn't know how. Right? A rich man who has the money is relaxed, so he can take time to write this. But then, in the end, where's the money gonna go? Like, yo, Royce, you're too much, man.
Looking for a soulmate and a bitch playing goldfish. Proving you got heart doing dirt for the tin man in a quicksand culture.
Wizard of Oz, heart, tin man, quicksand culture. Quicksand culture is where is relating the way the world is today to quicksand. When you touch that quicksand, the more you struggle, the more you sink. But you really have no choice but to struggle. So you're going to sink. Do you know what I mean? And the only way is if you get pulled out. And only you can pull yourself out. Watch out for that culture around you. Look who's around you.
Playing goldfish, proving you got heart doing dirt for the tin man in a quicksand culture. Standing on anything I said like the kickstand open. Feeling like Rembrandt sculpted some shit that just Van Gogh get.
I need to hear that again.
And dirt for the tin man and the quicksand culture. Standing on anything I said like the kickstand open. Feeling like Rembrandt sculpted some shit that just Van Gogh get.
He wrapped up the bit about the Wizard of Oz, and he's talking about how the sculptor is sculpting stuff like Van Gogh did. Yeah, we call him Van Gogh over here. You know, the artist that cut his ear off. You know about Van Gogh?
Stand open, feeling like Rembrandt sculpted some shit that just Van Gogh get. I am the descendant of the original physical melanin skin man, the highly intelligent pride of the ghetto, the Zinjan, Thropus.
What's a Zinjan? What's a Zinjan? What is that? Can someone tell me what a Zinjan is? The rest was self-explanatory, though.
The highly intelligent pride of the ghetto, the Zinjan, Thropus. The phantom so clean you can't see the Lord sit down, she is gorgeous. All you see is a steering wheel floating, led by a herd of stampeding horses.
Mustang stampede horses. He's talking about a blacked out Mustang that's black as the night. Yeah. That once you start riding in it, you feel like you're in a stampede of horses. What a way to appreciate a car.
All you see is a steering wheel floating, led by a herd of stampeding horses. Checks and balances by the curb. Steps to amateurs flying birds. Connected annual to a buying surge. Expecting the amateurs to try and merge. To try and lessen the blessings, but you can never lessen the connection of the indefinite pentameter Ryan serves. Trying.
Yeah. Yo. This is sick, bro. Royce. Oh my. See, what did I say? What did I say? Royce. You don't play with Royce, man.
Just flying birds. Connected annual to a buying surge. Expecting the amateurs to try and merge.
Connected. You guys are a bunch of birds connected to an annual buy-in surge. Annual buy-in surge. What does that mean? Annual buying surge. Look at the seasons that we got. Look at the holidays that we've got. Look at what happens around every holiday. Buy-in surges. You know? What's first in the year? You got your Valentine's Day. Buy-in surge. You got your Easter. Buy-in surge. You got your Mother's Day. Buy-in surge. You got your Father's Day. Buy-in surge. Right? You got what? Christmas. Buy-in surge. You know? And all of this stuff happens annually. You're buying. Basically, he's highlighting the control that we're under in the way that we feel like we need to keep getting these things at these particular times. But not everybody likes that. Not everybody enjoys that. But we feel like we have to do it because that is tradition. That is the system that we're in. Royce is gonna make me start watching my back now, man.
By the curb, steps to amateurs flying birds. Connected annual to a buying surge. Expecting the amateurs to try and merge. To try and lessen the blessings, but you can never lessen the connection of the indefinite pentameter Ryan serves. Trying words. This is category A.
Did you say Ryan serves Triant's words? Can someone tell me what he's saying there?
Orion serves, trying words. This is category A. Definition battered slave of yesterday. Recognition by cattle. Present picture, guy battle, sexuality, tight apparel, eyeshadow. That's not deep, I'm shallow. As time travels, rapper boys get to doing acid on stage.
Whoa. Now he's gone into the point of people struggling with their identities, right? You know, you can identify yourself as a past slave. You can identify yourself as somebody who's been oppressed by the system. But there's more to it than that. There's people's struggles within themselves. You know, some people don't know where they belong. Some people feel like they should have been born, you know, opposite sex, or they don't know how to behave. So they try different things and they're looked at in certain ways. And then they started going into drugs, I think.
As time travels, rapper boys get to doing acid on stage. Wearing satchels, catching cases like statutory rape. Online acting like natural born slaves. Really, I guess it's from the back of the back to sitting with my back to the shadows. With actors standing behind me, with puppets controlling nothing but shapes. But that shapes are fate. This is the allegory.
Oh my gosh. We're in a system where no matter what you do, you're gonna be dragged and stripped down to your basics, and that is the point where you find your identity. Right? You go around in all these circles and of life and all this kind of stuff, and you get put right into the beginning where you first set off from. That is deep. Look at the journey that this guy took us on. Royce, man.
Bits controlling nothing but shapes, but that shapes are fate. This is the allegory of the cave theory by Plato, and this is the first chapter.
All right. Oh my god, this was too deep. I love the hell out of this intro. That's an intro. Who's got an intro like this? This is better than Eminem's intro. This is the thing. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. When was the last time you heard something that deep? When was the last time you actually sat down to think, right, okay, let me think about life. And then this is a mind-blowing poem. And obviously it's the beginning of it. So it's the beginning of the album. And if this is the intro, what do we expect in the rest? This album is gonna be crazy. And I'm so excited to have started it now. And yeah, we're gonna see. So post your comments down below. Let me know what you thought about the track. Let me know what you thought about my reaction to it. And also, please let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if I missed anything that's crucial. Let me know if I might have said something wrong. Yeah, because I don't mind. I like people to tell me so that I can learn. So yeah, let me know what you know, and let's see how we like Royce. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Take care.